Oh, me. I've got myself in a mess here. Who all's here? Oh, wait a minute. No. Now, where am I? Hey, Maribel. How are you tonight? I turned that down here. Sandra and Debbie, hey, y'all. Thank y'all for coming in. I got to go over here and fix my... Sarah, hey, Pat, Heather, Laura Lee, Cheryl, Sharon, hi, Julie, Elaine, Lori. Well, hello, 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 hello. Tammy, hi. Lori, I said hey to you up there, didn't I? Or did I? Hey. Thank y'all all for coming so much. I appreciate it. Amanda and Amanda, thank y'all. Come on in. Grab you up a chair and sit down and let's talk a little while. First of all, this is my whatyoucallit or whatever. I gotta get my Christy, hey. Thank you. Y'all, yes, don't forget your thumbs up for me if you don't mind. Denise, Jeanette, Linda, hello, hello. Thank y'all so much for coming. I'm trying to get this chat to pop out. Coping with yarn. I know your name, and I've probably asked you every time you come in here since you. I'm thinking, Lisa. Am I right? Am I wrong? Hey, Victoria Nightingale. Lisa, yes! That just thrills me. I remembered one name. I won't remember any more tonight. Carrie, hey. Well, welcome, welcome, y'all. Come on in. I'm popping this chat out for just a minute where I can see the writing better and not have to be over here looking. Now, Michelle, hey, come on in. Man, this Chromebook fuss. I'll just leave it like that. Dina, hello and welcome. Y'all come on in. Oh, Laura, you're knitting a hat. I keep telling myself I'm going to try to teach myself to knit. Hey, Susan. Oh, Lisa, I'm terrible, but I have to just, when I see a name that I don't know or a name I first learned, I have to just go over and over. Of course, I'll see people I've known forever and forget what their name is. So, Becky, hey, you're having a coughing spell. Oh, my goodness. Well, hon, let's don't do that. Leanne, hey. My thing is this thing. Can y'all see it? How many we got here? I can't even see. 27 of us. Petra, hey, hon. Thank you. Thank you for being here. No, first of all, my aunt that I had been asked in prayers for, she did pass away last night. Which, you know, you hate to lose anybody, but she, and I'm not saying she was 87 and old, that's not, but she had COVID, and evidently she had been doing fine. And evidently, as soon as she had COVID, she also had pneumonia. And it just totally, they said like the third night that they didn't think she was going to make it. And she's lingered on now. She went in the hospital 2 weeks ago. It was Monday night 2 weeks ago. So, and it's just been terrible that nobody could go see her. You know how it is. So, uh, it's just, I didn't want her to lay there and suffer. And I know my mother and her daughter felt the same way. But Maribel, Mom's doing, I'm, I'm really proud of her. And I think the time that it, has been that she just kind of accepted it. I think those first few days when they said, they didn't think she would make it, she was really, really upset those days. And, but last night when she called me, it was about 11:30, I guess. And I knew as soon as the phone rang what had happened. And she, she was handling it really good. And I, tried to get her to see if she didn't want me and Mr. Knott, to come up there and stay with her. And she was like, no. And, she was very sincere of that she was fine. And I think she was, or I would have, we would have went on up there. But she is, it's just going to be family only, private, funeral at the graveside. And that's, what can you do these days? It's terrible. There's so many people in this last year that have passed away or suffered in the hospital for weeks and weeks and even months and didn't have their family around, or, and that's terrible, y'all. That was the thing that just kept upsetting me so much, was nobody could go see her and nobody could be with her. But the nurses took really good care of her. My granddaughter, my oldest, which is my daughter-in-law's daughter, she's an RN, and right now she's back in school to get her PA. And she went to see her Friday. She called grandmother and she told, that's what they call my mother, all the grandkids. And she told her, she said, grandmother, I'm going back there to see her. And my mama was like, no, no. But she said, yes, I'm all suited up and I'm going back there. So she held the phone up and let mama talk to her. And I think that helped mama more than anything in the world. So I was so appreciative of JC doing that. That meant the world to my mother. So, but it's just a sad, sad time, the way things are. And I know there's been a lot of people that, have gone through this and going through it. And it's terrible, y'all. It's just, that's all I can say about it. It's terrible. But everything, Mama's okay, and she knows that. Of course, my sister just lives basically behind her, and she knows she can run over there at any time. And but I appreciate all of y'all. I appreciate all the prayers. I really, truly do, y'all. It's meant the world to me. All of the prayers and all of the, positive thoughts and everything. I appreciate y'all so much, so very, very much. I do. But we're going to be all right. Well, tell me how y'all been. Who'd I miss here? Tracy, I love Loopy Crochet and Treasures. I've got that right. My names, I've done. My names comes and goes with me. I said people I know forever, all of a sudden their name will just zoop out of my mind. But uh, Cynthia, and who all have I not said hey to? Jenny, Laura Lee, Bridget, hey to all of y'all. Debbie and Sharon, I think I said hey. Teresa, hi, how are you, hon? Pamela, thank y'all all for coming. I appreciate y'all so much. I do. Y'all just don't know. Julie, did I miss you up here before? And Victoria Nightingale? If I've missed y'all, I'm so sorry. Come back and say hey to me. And y'all, if I missed any of y'all that were in D's, saying hey to y'all in D's, uh, this afternoon, I'm so sorry. I got in and started telling everybody hey and got so mixed up with who I'd said hey to and who I'd not said hey to. My brain just went, zit. I didn't know which way. And then I thought, well, I'll just quit saying hey. Then I thought, well, no, I'd see somebody and then I'd go, I know I hadn't said hey to them. I may have said hey to you 5 times or not at all. So I'm sorry. So sorry. But Barbara, hey. I don't think I've said hey to you, or did you just get here? Sandra, hello. I'm so glad y'all are. Yes. Pamela, are you in Georgia? They're saying that we're not supposed to get any ice and freezing rain and stuff like that where I am, and that's just completely west of Atlanta. But I have no idea whether that's true, as bad as the weather looks like it's getting. Laura, hello. You're here, that's right. Leela, hey. Well, I am so glad to see all of y'all. And my thingamabob, whatyoucallit, whatever it is I bought. I knew this thing was bigger than I expected when the box came. Jan, hey! Alice, whichever. Jan, Alice is the, if I call her Jan, she's Jan. If I call her Alice, she's Alice. Oh, it's been snowing up there. Have y'all gotten a lot of snow, Michelle? I bet you have, as bad as the weather's been everywhere. I hope we're not going to get any snow and ice. They say. Look at this thing. It's got even a thing back here that you can put a thing of yarn. And I know some of y'all are thinking, well, what in the world are you going to do that for? And why don't you buy it here? I bought this because I've got some yarn that I got some in last week, and I've had some packed away back there in my closet. It's some like finger and weight yarn and number 2 yarn and all like that. And I bought it. Plus, I've got some sparkly finger and weight yarn. And I bought all these yarns to put together my colors that I wanted and how I wanted them to go just for me. So this thing's going to help me do that. I don't think it'll help me sitting here the way it is, but I just set it up here and showed y'all. I didn't ever think these things are big enough to hold. Well, this is my flat, big old ball. Even that thing would have fit on it. This thing just turned out way bigger than I ever thought. But if you're crocheting and you want to put like 2 yarns together, this, of course, is sit on the floor because I think it'd be a hassle to me up here, but I wanted y'all to see it tonight. So you can pull 2 threads, but this actually is long enough to where, see it, it's got the little thing on the end here to hold it in or whatever you want to do. I saw it on Michael's online. And Teresa, hey. Crystal, hey. Ricola, how are you? Jennifer Simpson, if I, hey. Donine, hey. Nancy, hello. Y'all are all just coming in. Thank y'all so much for coming and visiting with me tonight. I'm trying to explain my, and I don't really remember what they called this. I should have looked that up before I got on here. It was a yarn stand or just it didn't give very much information, but it had like 2 skeins of yarn on the arms right here. And then it was showing that it had this little arm in the back and the little tray. And y'all, I truly, truly thought that this thing was going to be a little taller than this with arms out to the side. You know, see what my little other thing that you can sit a skein of yarn on and pull from the outside and twist. I thought it was going to be something, you know, just a little taller, and that was what it was going to be. Yeah, it does. It looks like, but it's a yarn thing, and I don't know if their purpose, I would think that, because I know in knitting a lot of times people use, you know, several different skeins together. And in crochet, it just depends on whether you, I guess you want to or not. I don't know enough about knitting to talk about it, but in things that, you know, looking through different things and in things I've read, it talks about having, you know, 2 different yarns that you're knitting, and I don't know how you do it, nothing about it. But I've done a few things just holding, you know, having 2 skeins out here together and crocheting with them. And, you know, that gets a little aggravating sometimes when you're fooling with 2 skeins of yarn. Hey, Tina. Hey, Lori. Have I missed y'all? Oh, Becky, you got, well, I'm going to tell y'all, this thing weighs, it's got a big bottom thing. It's just a weight to hold it down. And I don't, it'd take a lot of pulling to actually pull this thing. When I saw it, I was just shocked. A good shocked, but I was shocked. Because, Becky, my thoughts were, I'm going to get that thing here, and it's not going to be any better than that. Because the little thing, unless you just kind of hold it down and pull your yarn off, you know, that's about as good as it is. But this thing, I believe, will work. But I'm going to try it and see. I was hoping that I would have had time this weekend to fiddle with it and show y'all how actually pulling the yarns together would have worked. But, of course, I didn't ever find the time to do that. Hey, Sandra. Thunderstorms there. Oh, my goodness. And Mary Webb, hello, sweetie. How are you tonight? Jeanette, DOY Creations. Hey, hon. How are you? I'm going to just ask y'all how y'all are and forget about nonsense. But this thing, I think, really is going to be a lot of fun to do because I've just been, Mama Swift, Trisha, we've missed you. And I know you're having so much fun with that little baby girl. She's just precious. Just precious. But thanks for stopping in tonight. Is Madonna here? Have I missed Madonna? Sweetie pie, Madonna, where'd you go, hon? I didn't know I had missed you. Well, hey, Madonna. Who else have I missed in here? Pamela? Hey, you're from Douglas, Georgia? We were See, y'all, my mind goes. I can talk to someone 1 minute and then just not know anything I'm doing the next. Oh, well, Denise, I added you as a moderator. Hope you don't mind. I'll take you off if you do. Oh, we had some thunderstorms this afternoon and rain. Woo. But we kept watching the weather, and some bad weather was over in North Alabama, I know. Cindy Hart's hadn't come in, has she? I was going to ask her at Dee's if they got any because they were talking about Coleman, Alabama, and I know that she's a little south of there. But, hey, Lori. Lori Armstrong's in the house. How are you tonight? I know I've asked y'all all how you are. Y'all can just tell me and I'll miss it or not. I heard a podcaster today. It was this guy that had been doing just like radio cast, and he was talking about how he didn't ever. Hey, Lisa, this is your first time here. Well, welcome. Mayor, have you been here? Hey, I told y'all I can't. Oh, Tracy, it is bad over in Alabama. Well, I knew that there. Katie, hey. See, I can talk, run my mouth, and say, I'm getting good, y'all. As long as I get back to what I was saying, isn't it? Um, yeah, we kept seeing on the news that it was coming across Mississippi and Alabama, and our news people last night, all of them kept saying it's going to be north of here. As it gets into North Alabama, it's going to swing upwards, and we're not going to have any ice around the Atlanta area. So I've been saying, okay, y'all better be right. But Joyce, hey, yes, you did. You made it to alive. Dee, hello, hon. Who else have I missed? Well, y'all just holler at me and say, you did not say hey to me. What do y'all use if you want to, or do y'all ever put like two yarns together and crochet with them? I'll watch the screen for a little bit and see. Uh, Oh, I was telling y'all about this guy I watched today. My middle son was in here, and he was just flipping through some of the things on YouTube, and he stopped at this guy, and I forgot he's somebody, but I forgot who he was. But he was talking to this other guy that's a podcaster, and they said, and I mean, I know these guys are big people that have millions of comments, but that one guy said, well, I never even go back and look at my comments. And I thought, do what? I couldn't believe that because I thought, how in the world do you put something? And I mean, like I said, I know he's got thousands and thousands that come on there, but uh, it's just, how do you not go back and look at some of them? That's the people watching you. I was just really kind of put out with him for, I thought that's crazy. And when I get 10 million subscribers, y'all remind me that, like, that's ever going, that's not, I'm kidding, y'all. Oh, what'd you say, Tricia? Almost any two yarns work together. That's right. Well, those of you that have had like the King Cotton, the cotton cakes, big round ones that are striped, and you know, they're kind of some of them are ombre effect that go out, and some of them are just different colors that go out. All those yarns, and I know I'm thinking big things in big terms that will probably cost me so much time and I'll never be able to do it. But those yarns, as they change color, they're just little like threads of yarn, and they tie on the next color that's going to go in the group. And the king, yeah, the king cotton, and then the cotton cakes from Ice Yarns that they used to have, all of them are like 4 little strands, and you might start out with 4 all the same color, and then say they're starting out with white and they want to start adding the blue into it. Well, they'll add 1 little thread of the blue, and on down, you know, several yards, they'll add another little thread of blue, and then another little thread, and it all changes. And so I thought, I know that'll be a lot to do, but why couldn't I'm not planning on making many big cakes of yarn like this, but on a smaller scale of maybe using, you know, 2 or 3 thinner weight yarn, and then you could put them. And why I thought all of this, I saw last year this lady in Florida, it was Jenny on the Hook Crochet, showed this little yarn shop she went to, and the woman made up cakes of yarn, and she took like the threads of yarn and had just a little spinning thing like they actually just hand spin yarn, and she had them and was just lightly spinning the threads together and tying on. Your daughter's calling, your phone is. She, you know, went, and she was making these gorgeous cakes of yarn. I just couldn't believe it. And that's been in my head now for quite a while, and I've been thinking, I'm going to at least try that somewhat. So, Latia, hey, thanks for coming. What is Madonna saying? How did I got one thing of course we miss you, Madonna. Of course we miss you, Madonna. Dora Beth, hello, sugar. How are you? I've missed out. Oh, y'all, I cannot cut this phone. There's all kind of settings, and the only way I can cut it completely off to where no calls or texts will come into it is if I cut the Wi-Fi off, and then that way I couldn't record. So I've told my children, and they know not to call me on Monday night. We'll have another little talk tonight. Which Sandra is going, are y'all? Is someone leaving us? Sylvia, hey, hon, how are you doing? I think everybody's getting a little bad weather. I even listened to some people in southern Florida that talked about storms and things like that. And then up around the Panhandle, and those of you that live in northern Florida can correct me, but what I understood, some good friends of ours are down around the Panhandle camping, and they said it was supposed to get down into the 20s tonight. The low here is supposed to be like 20. And I thought, oh my goodness, if Florida's down in the 20s. We'll be terrible. No, Linda, you're asking about the Premier Home Cotton that's got the sparklies in it. I haven't tried it, but I think that it would work because working with that blanket I did, the more I worked with it, the softer and it got. Now I know Pamela over at Pamela's Adoring Crochet, she's made a lot of tops out of the one that doesn't have the sparkly in it, and she's made some gorgeous tops. And she said they're great. So it that yarn to me, the sparkly doesn't feel rough at all. So I think that it would be fine. Is Charm Grammy here? Hey, hon. Staying warm, that's right. How far down? They said this guy my husband listens to about the cattle forecast said that he was going to fly out of Houston this weekend, and the Houston runways were iced over, and he wasn't able to. Well, he was going to fly somewhere in a smaller town in Texas and was flying to Houston to get a flight out to California, and he didn't get to go at all because they couldn't take off in Houston, I guess, at the time that they were going. Well, what have y'all been working on? Oh, wait, let me show y'all what I've been doing. I've made more blue hats. I've been so productive, but I've been making blue hats. I think I've got a blue hat over here started, and I think I got these that I made. I started with my Big Twist Classic. This is the Big Twist that's a bulky 5, and I've got a little beanie that I'm working on right now, but I made this and I made another little bit. I know my ends are not in. I'll get those all one day when I'm sitting here, and I made another one that's got to go up a little more, but I'll get them all finished up, and I'm putting pom-poms on most of them. But I've been, how, I don't know, maybe a lot of y'all are a lot more. Donna, hey, have you been here forever and I've overlooked you? Thanks for coming. My youngest daughter, minus 20, Joyce. Oh my goodness. My youngest daughter has a friend that, Silver Fox, hey, thanks for coming. It's late over there, isn't it, sweetie? I appreciate you being here, though. I'm not complaining. I was just asking. Did I go hey if I said hey to you, hon? I'll go on with my story. My youngest daughter had her very best friends. They came, the girl moved to our town when they were in the 6th grade, and they just clicked automatically. They went to church together. They were, in all the same classes and everything. And she went to Seattle for grad school. And she's been out there ever since they parted after. She may have left before. She may have got her master's out there too. My daughter stayed around here, of course, and got hers at Georgia State. Mary Grace, hello. Thanks for coming tonight. But anyway, this girl, they have just been best friends and still talk all the time. Well, it's been over a year now. She found out she had breast cancer. And she's gone through chemo, and just back in December, she started with radiation treatments. And I've been just somewhere in the back of my mind, just kept thinking, there's somebody that you really need to make something and do something for. Well, by chance today, I look at Facebook and I go through, I check most of the groups and kind of go through and look, see what everybody's doing, but I don't read a lot of just staying on and reading the news feed over and over. It was her birthday today. That's why it showed up. And it hit me, that I need to make her something. So I decided I would make her a hat and scarf set. And I started off with the Big Twist Classic that I got last week, this purple stripe. This big twist that's like that blue, I didn't tell y'all anything about it other than it's a bulky 5. There's 900. I do it every time. 690 yards, not no 900. I wish 900. And it's 100% acrylic, made in Turkey, and this color is royal blue. The multicolored skeins are only 420 yards and all the same stats. Machine washable, do not tumble dry on this. This has a real nice halo on this. Now the other doesn't. This looks more like there's, just to look at it, you could think that it had wool in it or something. Glenda, hey, hon. How are you doing tonight? See, I'm just asking y'all how you are. Don't care. I do care how you are. I don't get it. I decided I wouldn't stop myself, just ask. My problem with it is I ask y'all how you are, and then I go to running my mouth, and I don't ever see if you answered me how you're doing, and then I'm like, Karen, you act like you don't even care. I do care, I really do. But this yarn in the Big Twist Classic, see, doesn't have, it may have just a little bit of a halo, but the striped here has a pretty good bit. This is real. I had never worked with this till here lately when I bought some, and I really like this. I like it a lot. Let me put it down here and not rip out my little beanie I got started with it. But, and this works up, the multicolored, like I said, I don't know if y'all can see. Can y'all see how much of a halo that's got on it? See, it's quite fuzzy. But it works up really pretty. I'm doing this is the Bag O' Day pattern. I don't know what it's the one she made that her and Evelyn both have a pink hat on like it. It's a real easy pattern, and it's turning out really pretty, and all it is double crochets. There's some single crochets, and then front post double crochets. So I just picked it up this afternoon and got that done. Sandra, hey, how are you tonight? I thought it was real pretty. Thank you for. And talking about Facebook, if any of y'all have Facebook and you're not part of my Facebook group, I would love for y'all to come on over. If I don't see you, then Bridget Queen's Crochet and Knit is one of my moderators in there, and she'll let you in. So one of us will let you in right away. Or it may be just a couple hours, but we do our best to try to get y'all in. Okay, Tina, I'm going back and trying to read a little. You're working on the Lord's Prayer. Oh, that came in. I've been watching, going back and catching some of your replays, hon. But I hadn't caught up with you on live yet. I seem to keep missing. Lisa, you're working on a cardigan. I'm glad you came tonight. I've been gonna try to do Nan's next night's Luck of the Draw Cow. That seems like it'd be a lot of fun, Tricia. You've done 50 of them, haven't you? Tricia just does blankets one after another. Well, I know I've missed half of what y'all said, and I'm sorry, but I appreciate all of y'all being here so much tonight. Stitching ain't easy. Hello, thanks for coming. Teresa, I truly don't know what the name of this thing is. I'll look after I get off live here, and I'll put it down in the description what it says about it. It came from Michael's, and it was like, I think when I bought it, it was like $29.99, and I had a half off coupon, so I got it for $14 and something. But I went back to look at it the other day to see if they gave more information than I thought they did, and they didn't give very much information on it at all. But I think it was showing to be like $24 now. I don't know what, and I may have been wrong. It may have been 24, and I had a 40% coupon, but I thought I had a half coupon, and I thought it was 29, but neither here nor there. But I'll find out what they call it. I think it was just like a yarn holder, I think, but I don't know. I just don't know. That's terrible of me, and I'd be afraid I'd mess up the chat if I go look somewhere else. I had made a couple of, everybody was talking about the pot holders indeed. I'd made a couple of pot holders, and I don't really know where I've put them now. I have this whole area around me down here on the floor. I did real good when I moved off the sun porch from in there. I had stuff just scattered all around me, all over everywhere, over on the couch, and just one end of the porch to the other. And when I moved in here, I was doing real good of keeping stuff pretty well organized. I had a few things over here on the right side of my chair, but it wasn't out in the middle of the floor. But just a minute, y'all. I'm sorry. Y'all still there? A text. But I have started kind of building back up, so I've got to do a cleanup here in the next day or two because I told myself I would not scatter. I figured with all my yarn back up there that I didn't need to scatter 50 things out across the floor, but is Edna here? Did I miss Edna? Hi, Edna. Oh, Cheryl, you're making, oh, I bet that's beautiful. Virus shawl with the amazing lace by Lion Brand. I know that's beautiful. And there's Edna. Hi, hon. I'm so glad you dropped in. Oh, standing yarn roller, $29.99 at Michael's. Thank you, Laura. I appreciate that. Well, y'all, that's about the information. It gives a little piece of information down there, but and I really didn't look at what size they said it was. I was just looking at the picture and I thought, okay, well, you can put 2 skeins of yarn on there, you know, so I said that might work for me. And I think it's going to work for me. the this whole thing, the base of it and the middle part and then all of it, you have to put two pieces together for this. And I didn't, it's got a little, I'm gonna try to pick y'all up and show y'all. I don't know if y'all can see it. Can y'all see it's got a little storage box thing here on the bottom too, and then the base is down there, and it came in buku of pieces. So Jan, hey, how have you been, hon? But yeah, it wasn't hard to put together. It's got the little instruction sheet and you just screw the pieces together and then put the arms on it, and then you got it together. And I just think that I'm gonna hopefully really like this thing. I think I'll be able to do all of the things I want to do. I haven't got good mind sometimes, y'all, but uh, well, good, Laura. You've been listening and sorted out some paperwork. I never can seem to. There's the dimensions of it. I just didn't look at that. Yeah, I do remember that it was sold online. Susan, hey, thanks for being here, hon. Your first live that you've got. Well, I'm so glad. I don't know, but Madonna, the little tray down there, you could sit 2 or 3 in at one time. So, Heather, you might do the Granny Meets Virus. That's pretty. I've been wanting to do either the virus shawl or the Granny Meets Virus. You frogged the scarf you were knitting last night. Oh, I hate that, Heather. You get to one spot and it just seems to not go right, and then you frogging everything out. But y'all know I hate to frog something. Usually if I have to frog something back a time or two, I'm going to ditch the whole project. That's awful, but I was sitting here going through my list of things in my head about what else I wanted to tell y'all, but right now it's not, there's nothing up there to think about. No, I haven't gotten any yarn, but I did order some. I we were over at the Crochet Clogger, Marianne, and she was showing us some of the mill-in yarn that she got from Gift Worthy, one of the places that I've bought a lot of mill-ins from. And you have all the 9 yarns you're gonna use. Hey Lisa, how are you? And Jenny, hey. Thank y'all for coming. Laura, you not buying any more yarn? Is that what you're saying? But I was saying I did order some mill-ins. We were talking about last week the cotton tots, and I had told Madonna about it kind of being kind of, but not as thick. It's the cotton tots is an old yarn that we can't get anymore from Burnett. But Hobby Lobby has, the name of it is XXL cotton, and it's 5 weight, and the yarns are so close. But Mary Ann showed the mill-ins, and she said, and it does, it labels it as being some line brand mill-ins, but I've never seen line brand have any cotton yarn the way this yarn looks. So I ordered 2 bags of the mill-ins. They have very limited colors. They had like a cream color, avocado, a copper. Seemed like one more. Well, they had the ecru and then a different. I ordered the 2 light creamy looking colors. So yes, Madonna, I wish that they would start making cotton tots again. Oh yeah, Trisha, about Nan's, her, if y'all don't know, Nan's Next Knots, she's been having this cow that it's the, what'd you say it, the name of it? I always forget it. You you do a different yarn. Trisha, tell me the name of it so it'll. My mind's trying to think. Anyway, you can use all different kinds of yarn with it. Luck of the draw, right? I couldn't think about what I knew in the name it had it. She draws a different, is it a number or whatever? Anyway, she draws a different thing, and that tells you, what color and what yarn and all like that she's going to use, and then you could use up a lot of yarn. Or I could just start using some of the yarn I need to start using, which I am going to start using. I've been using yarn. I thought I was doing, did y'all see how flat my first I've got to go back. This yarn said it was a 4, but it's a thin 4. So I'm going to double up the next hats I make with this. Oh no, Becky. Becky doesn't live too far from me. We're kind of right on the same. We're about an hour away, aren't we, Becky? 45 minutes to an hour, probably. But you go from my house toward Atlanta, and you'll go kind of by Becky's that way. So, gonna be some accumulation. We don't handle snow well in Georgia. I didn't want to hear that. Oh no. Oh, Glenda, y'all have ice up in West Virginia? I think everybody everywhere has gotten terrible weather right now. I'm missing what I miss, Laura, what you said. You're not buying any more yarn. Went through my stash to make Nan's next knots. Cow, okay. And then you're not buying any more? How you gonna crochet, hon? Now, that just seems totally foreign to me to not buy any yarn. Like I need more yarn, but I did buy that, and then I've got some more Line Brand Pound of Loves coming uh, because they were on sale. And they were on sale too good to pass up, y'all. I couldn't, they were only like 6 something. I think that was, I don't think I had any more off. They had like 40% off at Michael's. Hey, great things fixing to happen. Let me take a drink. Cam is going to be 15 next Saturday. It's not that long away. Cam's going to be 15. How have I got it up that his birthday's on Saturday? It's not. His birthday's on Thursday. I thought that seemed too far away, the 18th. So, he didn't get his, to get your learner's license in Georgia, you've got to have your school attendance showing, you know, that you do attend school and all like that. And he didn't, they're out this whole week for winter break, and he didn't get that before they got out for winter break. So he'll have to get it the Monday of the 22nd, and we'll have to make an appointment to go do his learner's license test. But he wants his learner's license as fast as he can get them. So I told him as soon as he gets his learner's license, we have places to go, and the first place is Michael's. The whole family went, what? I said, yes. My son was real proud. He was happy too that I was going to let Cam drive me places. So, but then his wife said, does Nana and Cam really need to be going? And I said, of course we do. I won't get him on the interstate. We can go to Noonan, which won't be on any major road, so he'll get there fine. He's been driving around the pasture for years, and he, Mr. Knotts told me he's doing a real good job, so I trust Cam. We might go somewhere short first, and then I might come back and go, oh no, I might not ride. No, I'm sure he drives very good, as much as all of them have been letting him drive. But yes, I have places to go now. Lots of places. I can go find I've got to look and see where the nearest Joann's is. I think it's Douglasville. But see, that he has to go on the interstate to get to that. Or we could go through the woods, but it gets kind of bad. I thought where I'm going to take him to go to Michael's is a great place. And they may have one, Joanne's there around that Michael's. I just haven't ever looked to see. Your granddaughter Cynthia's learning to drive. Mm. Well, I went through all of my kids, and after four of them, I said, oh, don't know if I. A chauffeur, yes, Madonna. Mr. Knotts had to be my chauffeur, and he doesn't always want to go where I want to go. He's pretty good about it sometimes, but he gets in his moods, and I'll plan to get to go somewhere, and he's like, when it comes up time to go, he's like, well, no, I really need to go do this, or he's in a rush that he's got to go and come back or whatever. So on a 7 skeins of blanket yarn. Oh, Becky, you've had it probably since it first came out. Well, you're getting these blankets made, aren't you? Is it, Donna? I didn't know if there was a Joann's around Noonan or not. I knew that one was in Douglasville, but Rose Cottage Crochet, not Crochet, I'm Studios. Rose Cottage Studios. Let me get that right. Hey, thanks for coming and welcome in. Brenda, the newbie crocheter. That's fine. You're never late. It's fine. This is number 3, Becky. She's been making blankets. If y'all haven't seen, Becky has posted her blankets in my Facebook group and others, and she's made some beautiful blankets. Oh, Glenda, are you sitting in front of the fire now? Okay, Donna, that's what I figured that. What they have we're talking about here in Georgia, what's close to us. Yes, this is terrible, and I know are they just saying that as long as it's raining, they're not going to be able to do anything with your toilet, hon? I hate that. Oh, Glenda, you wish you were. Okay, I know. I've seen people before. Now you go in a store where they sell TVs and all, and they'll have like either a fireplace burning on some of them, or they'll have. And I thought, well, I wouldn't want to sit with the TV with just a fireplace going. Well, the other night on whatever channel I was watching, it didn't have a commercial on. It had a little thing about, we'll be right back. And they showed like a big fireplace, and the whole TV was just this fireplace. And I thought, oh, that's so nice. I say these things all the time, and then I'm like, eat your words, Karen. You do. Sheila, hey, I'm just glad you came in. You're by your itty bitty heater. Is that itty bitty heater your little sweet darling? I read one time on Facebook back last year, I guess it was just summer forever. We had 80s and 90s almost and we may have had to November. It was awful. Yes, ma'am. Trish, well, you've got a great one. That's the best heater you could have. But this friend of ours wrote, well, somebody asked him, his air conditioner had been messed up on his truck. He drives a big truck, and they said, how in the world are you driving that thing in the heat? Can't you just go on and get it fixed down there, waiting for a part or whatever? He said, no, I got to keep running. I can't let it stop me. And he said, I just think of those snow-capped mountains out, in Denver and all like that when I get so hot. And I laughed and thought, thinking about snow-capped mountains ain't gonna cool me down in the heat we were having. But after I sat and looked at the fireplace just on the TV, I thought, thinking of warm thoughts. I guess maybe that does. Maybe you can cool yourself up or warm yourself, whichever. Well, y'all, I've let it get over an hour here. I guess and those of you that came in a little late, my whatchamacallit is my yarn holder here. I put it together and it holds. These are the skeins of yarn that I got from Moore's the other night. Moore's. And that size you could put two on there. Of course, I don't know about them turning, how that would be, but it's got another thing on the back where I put a thing of cotton yarn down there. But I guess we'll say our goodbyes. And once again, I appreciate y'all so very much. I love you all. I thank y'all for all the prayers. And y'all, please do keep my mother in your prayers. She texted me right before I came on live and told me that the service would be Thursday. So, and like I said, it's just going to be the family and, kind of, I think my cousin had said about she didn't want, a lot of people gathering for the fact that she certainly didn't want a gathering, having people together, and the chance of somebody else getting COVID, said that just, worried her to death. So, but I love you all. Y'all are always in my prayers. And I appreciate you just coming every Monday night to spend a little time with me. It just blesses my heart each and every Monday that I have this live and see all of y'all. I love you all. Y'all just bless me and make me feel so great. And y'all just will never know how much y'all have brightened my world and just brought me so much joy. And I mean that, y'all, from the bottom of my heart. I truly, truly do. But I'm going to say bye. And when I do, y'all know what you got to do always is keep coming back, because if the good Lord's willing, I'm going to be here. And I do love each and every one of you. And I'll see how long it takes me to get this off. Bye, y'all.